Hello again. In this video we will talk about sketch blocks. Let's start a sketch on the front and then draw a corner rectangle and give it the following dimensions. Then draw a circle inside, something like this, and set it to be tangent to this line and tangent to this one. Then let it be 30. Let's assume that you are going to use this a lot in your design. In this case, we need to save this shape so we can call it whenever we need it, instead of sketching it from the scratch every time we need it. That's why we will create something we call block. To do so, right-click anywhere in the ribbon area and select blocks. Now you will have this toolbar. You can keep it here, or you can simply drag it and place it here. Now let's select Make Block. Here we have this dialog box and it asks us to define the block entities. In this case, we will select all these entities. Before doing so, let's talk about the selection. If you start from the right to the left, as you can see, I didn't select the whole circle, just part of it. But still, if you start here and go to the left, even if you just select a small part of it, it will be selected. Let's clear this. Now let's do the opposite. Let me start from the left to the right. And here I only got this one because it's the only member that was totally selected. So this is the difference between selecting from the right to the left or from the left to the right. So for now, I will select the whole thing. And here you have all these entities. And then you can control the insertion point. This is the default insertion point. If you're not happy with it, just click, hold, and drag it to whenever you want. I will snap to the center point of this circle. Then I will release and then hit OK. Now, if you look at the model tree, you will find block 1. Now, you can right-click this block, and here we have many options, like Edit Block, Save, Make Block, or Explode Block. We will talk about them in detail. For now, let's talk about this. Rename Tree Item. You can rename this block to call it A1, for example. Then click anywhere, and here you have the new name. Now, if you will use this block in this drawing, you can simply select Insert Block. And here you have another one, and another one. Once done, hit OK. Let's say that you will use it with another file, not only with this one. In this case, you will need to save this block and just call it whenever you want it. To do so, you can simply select Save Sketch as Block. Now, you can navigate to any folder you want, and you can place this block. And whenever you need it, you can call it, and we will see how. And don't forget that you can give it a better name here. Let's say A2. So what happened? Now we had a name here, and it asked us to define another name. The name we defined here will only be used here. But whenever you need to call the block, you will use the other name. I'll show you how. If I create another part and start a sketch here, let's say I want to call that block now, since I have another file. In this case, select Insert Block, Browse, and you can navigate to the folder you placed your block in. And here you will find the block with the second name you created. Once again, select Insert Block, and here you have two blocks. The first one is still saved in the memory of SolidWorks, and the other one is saved externally. If you select A1, you will only have this block. If you select block A2, you will have the whole sketch. Finish this sketch and go to Window and go to the first part we created. As you can tell, all these four were saved as one block. Let's say you want to save one of these externally. Only one, not the four. In this case, select any of these here, then select Save Block. And now give it another name, let's say A3. And I need to call it. So insert block, browse, navigate to the folder, and then select the block. And here I only have one block of this. So this is how you create a block, and this is how you save it and you call it. In some cases, you will need to modify an existing block. To do so, select any of these blocks, right-click, and you will find Edit Block. Then you can edit these dimensions. Once done, you can finish the editing process from here. Now, this block has different dimensions, and as you can see, all the copies of the same block were modified. Let's say you don't need this to be a block anymore. You need to deal with these elements separately. In this case, you need to right-click this block and you select Explode Block. Now, this is no longer a one unit. You can deal with it as regular sketch entities. Dealing with the blocks makes it easier to deal with the sketch. Like imagine if you need to move this part. You will need to select Move Entities, or simply you need to define a lot of dimensions and relations so you can move it as one unit. And if you have any mistake, you will have a different shape. But in this case, you deal with this as one unit. This is what we need to know about the blocks for now. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.